All right.
Sing us a song. You're the overtime ending man.
I think
Before we get
got,
I
does he
do
have the music.
Yeah, is there music? I don't know. Okay.
I think there is.
Is there?
Yeah, there we go.
All right. I love it. All right, so before we get going, I do have to say Hurricane Jen, some might say, could use some moist pork. All right, here we go. Wait, where's my script? Hold on. Don't deduct points, but then again, Pete's not here. So Aiden's controlling my oinks. Is that how we're doing this tonight?
Yes.
All
Aiden
right.
has the oinks.
Get into character. Here we are for Canadian Bacon, discussing a game where Canadian Bacon would actually be debated versus American Bacon. And boy, was everyone excited. This game was no yoke, though, even if it had our brains scrambled as to how much it actually mattered. I wanted this game over easy, but many hockey fans had the sunny side up approach on Thursday. And good thing, frankly, the English didn't have a team because they wouldn't have scored muffin. All right, now time for all the nooks and crannies. The U.S. was 5 days removed from beating the Mounties at their own game and was looking for the sweep and redemption from the 2010 Olympic loss that haunts our nation worse than the decision to put D.A. with Mike Babchek every weekday morning. The action was fast-paced to start the game. No fights like Saturday, all business. And in honor of SNL 50, Nathan Kate McKinnon delivered a weekend update and gave the Canadians a 1-0 lead 4 minutes in. The U.S. seemed tight for the rest of the period until 3 minutes and 8 seconds were left when, here's the story of a man named Brady who was busy with scoring a goal of his own.
Center ice face-off, and back on it, Taves. Now a wraparound by Matthews, and they score! Brady Tkachuk knocked it home!
That's the way the Americans became the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. That's the way we all became the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. 1-1 was the score into the second period. In the second period, exit light. Enter night. The Sandman came as Jeff Sanderson scored to give the U.S. the lead. His goal was interesting as Jake has dual citizenship and could have actually played for Team Canada, like his father Jeff did in multiple Olympics. The U.S. lead, though, was short-lived as Canada would turn to Sam Tony Bennett to tie the game.
Mitch Marner, high slot down low. Bennett scores! Sam Bennett ties it for Canada!
Because of you, there's a goal in my heart. U.S. fans may have had their hearts left in San Francisco with the game now even heading into the third period. And the third period was all about defense and tenseness, a total butt cheek clencher of back and forth action and patriotic chanting. But Freebird would never play in that frame, and the game and the Four Nations face-off would, in fact, have to end in overtime. In the overtime, the U.S. started off fast, but Michael Jordan Binnington was bullish in net with incredible save after save. Austin Corey Matthews was a boy meeting world with how much he was getting stuffed. But somebody had to end it. And who else could it have been than old Connor McDavid had a stick, E-I-E-I-O, and on that stick he had a goal, E-I-E-I-O.
Centering pass, McDavid scores! Connor McDavid wins it for Canada!
Connor McDavid, the best player in the world, wins it for Canada, turning the Four Nations face-off into a tariff tank job by the United States. Maple syrup, Timbits, Labatt Blues, and hockey wins. That's what Canada does. And that's your Canadian bacon.
Okay, so we go through Canadian bacon. Egg-cited, no yolk, though. Over easy, nothing muffin. Nathan Kate McKinnon. That's just the beginning of things. Aiden, let's get your grade here on the oinks, and then we'll go through this. What do we got? No, 3.5 oinks.
That's
three,
it?
3.5.
Poured my heart and soul into the script today.
3.5.
My whole day revolved around this script.
I think that's appropriate. I think it's very appropriate. There's some wins there, but there's some really big losses, okay?
All right.
So, okay, some of the wins. I actually thought Exit Light, Enter Night, singing the Sandman was very good. That was your highlight to me, especially because you come up with it with a real baritone. Exit Light. I did really like that with the Sanderson goal. Huge loss, the Tony Bennett. That was terrible.
I'm tapping into some more stuff.
That was really, really bad. I don't know. You couldn't carry that tune at all. The Nathan Kate McKinnon weekend update. Okay, I see where you're going there, but she never did weekend update.
All right, but it was an SNL 50 thing. You know, come on. I was tapping in.
But also, the game wasn't on the weekend.
All right, look, I thought Pete Bellotti was going to be giving me some oinks here. I was trying to lean into his SNL love. I was playing for the crowd that wasn't here.
Now, you're early, again, egg-sided, no yolk, though, over easy. It's a lot slammed in there. But were you trying to say muffin for nothing?
Yes. Thank goodness the English weren't in this tournament because they wouldn't have scored muffin instead of nothing. And then you missed the follow-up line to that. All right, now let's get into all the nooks and crannies. English muffin joke. Bang.
Okay. All right. I that did go over my head. The Brady Bunch, pretty good. I liked your Corey Matthews there. I will give you that. I like the boy meeting world was good, but tenseness, don't you mean tension?
Oh, yeah. You're right. That is a word.
Did we need the EIEIO? You went back to the well on that. You did that already.
Hold on. This was all original hits, but I had to play a classic. You know, nobody goes to see Springsteen. He doesn't play Glory Days. You're pissed. I gave you something there. EIEI McDavid ends it. That's Glory Days.
That's Glory Days?
You tell me Timbo Slice wasn't fired up for that? Come on.
And then I have to say, laugh out loud at the tariff tank job. That was good.
Little subtlety at the end.
Good. That was very funny.
I'm trying to see, did you miss anything? I mean, the Canadian.
I think I got it all. I mean, fine.
Tony Bennett. Yeah, I mean, Michael Jordan Binnington was bullish in net. Come on, that is unbelievable writing.
It's unbelievable.
Yes,
it's really unbelievable.
Yes. That was great. My use of bullish, who knew I knew that word? It tied into the Chicago Bulls, Jordan Binnington. That was unbelievable.
I need to hear from the Watch D.A. aliens what you thought Mraz got out of 5 links. Note that you can use decimal points. We could do 0.25, 0.5, or 0.75. Aiden went with 3.5 here, 3.5 oinks. Daly gives it 4 oinks. Okay, we're not far off on that. Another 4 oinks right there from Eddie. Okay, so slightly higher. 4 oinks there from a couple other 3.5 out of 100 from Ben Bozo. 3 oinks. Okay, Donna Jean says only 3 oinks. So we're right around that 3.5, 4 oink. Wow. Let's bring Aiden onto the set here, the Marquette Marvel. Aiden, I would like to hear how you came up with the 3.5 oinks.
Well, I think there's DA played all the hits there, and I don't disagree, Shaun, about playing the EIEIO as a homage to the Sing Us a Song, You're the Overtime Ending Man. I actually thought we would get an overtime ending man because of the McDavid goal in said overtime. So I think fans were expecting that on stage, not gonna lie. And but I think the McDavid songs, the Brady Bunch, I think was probably the best musical performance, but the Tony Bennett left something to be desired. So it was an egg scramble, if you will, with the good and the bad.
Well, he just hit on a big one there. How can you not go overtime ending man when we had an overtime ending man?
I cannot believe I was so amped up in original content that when I got to the overtime, I forgot about overtime. That's all I could say. It wasn't a purposeful left out. Oh my God, I forgot about Sing Us a Song. I went to play the hits of old McDavid. I was so focused on that. I missed overtime ending man, which is my whole thing. Like that's what people say when a goal is scored. You're right. I didn't deserve a 5. How could I forget that? That's going to haunt me.
You know what? That's why we love you, and that's why I love you. Because
the whole script should have been written around overtime ending, man. Like
that's right.
And all right. I mean, at least I
the
got
best
a
player
bunch
in the
of
world,
breakfast.
as you said, and it's a Canada USA rematch. Country for country, and Springsteen was not involved.
Oh, that ruined my week, and it didn't even start yet.
But that's why we love you, because you could have, as you've done many times over the years, spin zone it to come at me and say, I'm coming up with original stuff. But in the moment, you took the lump, which I can appreciate.
No, if there's one thing I've learned in my old age, Aiden, it's just, when you're in a corner, just admit defeat. I've always been that way.
Accountable.
Yeah. Accountability.
So you were writing this earlier today when you were doing your BetQL show with Pat Boyle, right?
I need to stop you there. There was a cutoff on agreement. It's the BetMGM network now, DA. And yes, BetQL is no longer affiliated with Odyssey. We are now the BetMGM network. Yes. As the true hard hat blue collar guy, I'm already working weekends, and putting in the extra work. Yeah. So during the breaks, what does a normal person do? They usually focus on the show they're currently doing. Not me, though. I wrote the script for this during all the commercial breaks, for sure.